as we talk about like 5 actionable steps, how about setting boundaries?
Oh, really? How much time do you got?
I know, right?
So with, if we're going on to step 3 or 4, it's taking a look at your life and saying, where am I making choices that are disempowering me? Where am I giving my power away? And that's what an empowerment coach is. So when I started all of this with the coaching, first it was, how did you start a YouTube channel? How'd you get into TV hosting? So I had a program called Rock the Camera, and I was teaching everyone how to do that. Well, what I realized, women wanted to do what I was doing online, but they didn't have a spark. I'm like, sister, you're not even drinking water.
Yeah.
You are like the vibrancy. Where is it? Or they wouldn't get online and be visible because they had 15 pounds to lose. I'm like, is your message more important than the 15 pounds? Right? So quickly I realized this empowerment coaching, because I'm like, okay, let's forget about the camera. Let's go and talk about why you're not being visible, why you're holding back, setting boundaries with the people that maybe not share your dreams with, because people give you the side eye and they discourage you. If you say, I'm going to start doing videos.
No, they're sparkle vampires, just for sure.
I love that. I love that. So that the empowerment coaching started because of that, where I realized women, and it wasn't the typical life coaching. I'm like, if you need deep trauma work, go get that real therapy. And then when you're a clean slate and your confidence needs to be on point, then I'm your girl.
Yeah.
So the boundaries, which is in every area of our life, from the phone, from what you're curating on your feed, to the people that you're around, most of all, the boundaries you got to put on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
The boundaries you have to put on yourself. We think so much about, we've got to keep the energy vampires out and that toxic person and that narcissist over here. Well, what boundaries do you need to put on yourself?
Yeah.
Why are you continuing to pick up the phone when they call? Okay, put your phone on silent.
Yeah.
Let it go to voicemail. That's a big thing for women, that they think they have to immediately text back, engage in the conversation. So where do you need to set boundaries on you?
Yeah. I think that's such an interesting point too, with marriages,
Big time.
is because when you enter this phase of life and you're trying to find your purpose and you're trying to sort of recreate yourself and you're trying to, get your hormones in check and feel better, one of the important steps, I think, is to be able to put your foot down and say, these are my boundaries. This is what I need.
Okay.
And,
that is the self-advocacy. And what I say, and I'm speaking about it a lot right now because I've been coaching hardcore for a good 5-6 years now on this with healing people pleasing, is women aren't realizing where people pleasing is seeping over into every area of their life. And they think they're confident. And even the most, 8-figure CEOs, female bosses, female founders can find themselves in these situations where people pleasing really does stunt them and stop them or make them play small.
Right. And it doesn't make you a horrible person. It doesn't make you a bitch. It doesn't make you any of those things if you say no and if you form boundaries around yourself, around how you spend your time, all of it.
You're actually respected more. When you have self-respect, there is an energy about a woman who loves herself, that advocates for herself and says, this is what I need and want, and this is what I will be unavailable. And that's a huge thing with my clients when they realize, they're like, what? Yeah. I'm like, are you available for that? You're making yourself available for the drama. You're making yourself. So what are you unavailable for?
Yeah.
Well, I'm unavailable. I'm totally unavailable at this point, especially after the Bravo situation and realizing certain people in my life that I was tolerant. So you no longer play the victim. And that's the cool thing. It's like all of these big bad bullies and like, no, you know what?
I take control.
I'm giving my power away. Well, I'm taking my power back now and I'm advocating for myself. And it's what I say, be your own shiro. It's like in that moment when you want to play small and you want to step out of yourself and be something for somebody else, you've completely betrayed and abandoned yourself.
Okay, let's leave everyone with one thought, because you have to come back and we have to talk more about our hormones and some things that we do to feel better and look better. But this was such a great session to just sit and talk about some actionable steps and how to take that first step into recreating in this phase of your life. Give them one thing that they can do right now to really just start this new journey.
I really invite women to get out a journal. And I know some people eye roll as like journaling. That seems so like basic personal development 101, but really get out a journal by yourself, tune out to the static, put your phone away, put it on silent, get with yourself, really hear. People want to be seen and heard, but are you listening to yourself? And begin making a list, things that you want in life. The big, huge dreams. Do you want to go to the Maldives? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to have a
list?
Yes.
Ladies.
Do you want to have a podcast? Do you want to be a speaker? Do you want to share your story? Whatever it is. And then also begin to keep an ongoing list of the things that you actually admire about yourself. We become our own worst enemies. And when a woman begins to, and I always say this as a small example, but I love different things about people. I love. And one thing is a giggle. I love Dolly Parton's giggle. And I remember people by their laughs. So start with something simple.
Yeah.
What do people praise you on? What do your friends tell you? Like, I love this about you.
Do that more.
For
then
yourself.
do that more for
yourself. Do that more, but start appreciating.
You know what yourself. I think we should do? We should have a vision board building workshop.
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay,
I love it.
About that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for being here.
You.
I just love you so much. And I know you're just helping so many people every day. You'll want to follow Tiffany on Instagram. They can follow you on your YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. There's so many places to get in touch with you, your Facebook community, all of it. And just thank you for being here. The first episode.
I know. I feel so honored. Thanks for having me. So much fun.